Next Legacy.
Hey y'all, it's Lynnaya Songbird, and you're now tuned in to Danaya Azure Radio.
Hello, Lynnaya, and welcome to Danaya Azure Radio. How are you?
Hello, it is Lynnaya, but that's okay.
Lynnaya? Sorry.
That's all right. Yo, everybody does that. I'm just like, it's all right. It's Lynnaya. So how I help people remember that, but they'll remember it later automatically. It's like Beyonce. Nobody knew how to originally pronounce that correctly. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right? Not that I'm comparing myself to Beyonce. I'm not.
but your vocals, though, honey, your vocals are incredible. Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much. So what people do compare me to and say that I'm like is a modern day Tina Marie.
Yes,
and that's a blessing.
I agree 10,000%. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I just want to thank you so much for the invitation to interview. I'm grateful for this station. I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for this interview.
Most definitely. So I met Lynnaya when we were doing the Viral Love Chain. You guys are going to get to meet TJ. Actually, by then, you guys probably would have already, but by the time this premieres, you would have already met TJ BZ. And he brought all these incredible business owners and artists together to be able to elevate one another online.
Absolutely.
And so I got
promote and learn about each other. Yeah.
Right? So, like, I'm just sitting there, doing the Viral Love Chain. I'm looking at people's videos and whatnot, and I hear this incredible voice, and I'm just like, what in the world? Because sometimes you just get these artists where you're like, I'm going to just jump off this train real quick and listen to this music.
Right.
And so I checked out her music. I listened to her vibe. And then she hit me up on Instagram and was like, hey, well, let's be interviewed by you. I was like, hey, girl, you beat me to the punch. So perfect. Yay.
Right? Reading each other's minds is always a good sign.
I love it. Yes.
The universe knows what it's supposed to do.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Mm-hmm. So how did you originally get into music?
So I've had this, and I'm going to call it a gift because God bestows these gifts upon us, right? And thanks be to God for this gift, because ever since I was little, like 5 years old, I used to like write songs about clouds, because what else are 5-year-olds going to write about?
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it was just a natural inclination when I heard music that I could kind of write to my own, and I pick up the emotion in it and pick up lyrics to it. And I just naturally started being able to do it without really having to think about it. It just is a gift, like I said. And then I realized, at a younger age, too, that if I'm going to write like this, I need to be able to portray that, communicate that, and the only way to do that is to sing it,
Right.
So I was like, okay, let me learn how to sing my own lyrics that I'm writing. My own poetry at that time is all it was. Because poetry translates into lyrics pretty easily. Yeah, so I'm self-taught. I have never had a singing lesson yet, but I'm waiting for the right vocal coach that's a real professional, because I want it to accelerate and excel, my vocal ability and not, cause the opposite to happen. Because once you can learn something, it's very difficult to relearn something. So I've just never been officially technically taught. Right. So everything you hear is just me, my natural voice, my influences, listening to them growing up, and that was everything from Mariah to SWV to, oh my gosh, Jodeci to Blink-182 to, like I listen to all genres, so now I'm a multi-genre singer-songwriter myself. Your influences, they mean a lot when you're growing up, and they really stick with you. So those type of influences stuck with me.
Most definitely. And it's so funny that you mentioned SWV. I was actually working the African Festival this year, and I got to see them perform live, and my gosh, it was incredible.
I'm jelly.
It was such an amazing experience.
Yes. You and I are going together next time, okay?
Well, definitely. Yeah.
As soon as I get off this interview.
All right. Yeah, I know it was awesome because they literally closed out the festival, and so we had been working on that for 2 months, and so to be able to be out there and to really get to experience it was just really, really a joy. And they still got it, no question. Oh, they shut it down, honey. They shut it all the way down, no question.
Yes. I was just talking to somebody, so I was in a session this week, actually. I'm going to send you a secret clip of that just for you, sis.
Ooh, yes.
Yes, ma'am. You know I'm going to take care of you. Okay, so. Right? So I was at this session and everything, and I was speaking with this Grammy award-winning producer. I don't know if I should say his name yet or not, so I'll tell you later. You can interject that later. I'm going to ask him if it's okay first. I'm always going to respect people's privacy first. But anyway, I was having a conversation with him about back in the days in Detroit and Motown, because I lived in Detroit for a hot minute, for a couple of years. So back in Detroit and the Motown age, right, he says that there was Diana Ross came. There was Diana Ross and Michael Jackson, right? Of course, they shut it down for Michael Jackson. But for Diana Ross, and this is how you know that she's a queen, right? Diana Ross, they weren't going to shut anything down. She made them shut it down. She made them shut down. They were in the middle of Motown. She made them shut down to the left, to the right, to the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, honey. Mm-hmm. You are the queen.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yes. For sure. She knew her worth, and soon everybody else knew it too.
I love it. I love it. Lynnaya sings is my guest here on Danaya Azure Radio. So the very first song you wrote was about clouds. Okay, so when did you know that you wanted to take music seriously and not just as a hobby?
So actually, it was only this past year. So I'm a mom. I'm a single parent. I wanted to make sure my kids were straight first. I wanted to make sure that path, that was taken, had my kids benefit the most, more than me. I put them ahead of myself for that period of time. Now I get to do me. Now I get to use my gift. Now I get to share that. Now I get to hopefully help influence others in a positive way. Hopefully be able to help other people deal with their emotions. Music is one of the best languages. It is really its own language. And it's the best way of communication to the person's heart sometimes, to their soul. And that's why I didn't restrict myself when I said my influences. I didn't restrict myself to just those genres or what have you, or just those eras even. I love Billie Holiday, Julie London, Nat King Cole, Teddy Pendergrass, everybody. Just spread all throughout so that I could get, the amount of real music experience and emotion that I needed to in order to be able to amplify this gift and exemplify it.
Absolutely, and that's the thing about it. Like when it comes to music, you can't just be connected to one genre because they're all connected at some point. Let's be very clear. Lizzo was right when she said Black folks made rock and roll. Let's not have any qualms about this.
Right.
We don't give the credit for it, but that's how it started.
I'm with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Same
thing. I mean, same thing when it comes to when it comes to blues. Like, when you see blues artists now, you don't see as many Black folks as you should. I'm like, how did this happen? I am so confused. But that's where it originated from, and so it's about people learning their history. That I love the fact that you are someone who does so many different genres and has learned from some of the best in the world. Mariah, incredible voice forever.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, your voice is definitely phenomenal. And to know that you've never had any training is insane. That's a God-given talent. When y'all hear her voice, you're like, what? No training whatsoever? Oh my goodness.
No training.
Yes. So you were in the military for how long?
Yes, so I was in the Navy for 5 years. I was a medic, so I enjoy taking care of people in both music and in life. I actually continued that on, in my daily life. But I wanted to make sure that, while I was there, that gift, again, wasn't wasted. So I would go ahead and sing to, like, some of the admirals and whatnot at their events. And I actually ended up getting an admiral accommodation letter for it, because it came to the point where, they recognized that I had a gift too. So they were like, hey, go to this event, go to that event. Can you be in this choir? Can you lead this, song or songs or what have you, or whole choir, whatever the case may be. So, at that time, that's huge in the military, because you literally don't have to do other duties. Like you literally get out of, not to get out of, but I got out of it. Of doing the other watches and whatnot. And watches are basically, after your 8-hour shift, you have to like walk around for another like 4 hours and check doors, fire, safety, whatever the case may be. It's kind of the stuff nobody wants to do, you get put on watch to do. Yeah, I didn't have to do that because I was doing these events, because I was rehearsing and then doing these events. So during that time, I was blessed to be able to utilize my gift yet again for the military.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And I went through a lot, so there was a lot of inspiration to be writing songs while I was in. I had a marriage that did not work out because I had been married to an actual abusive person that turned out to be schizophrenic, multiple personality disorder, bipolar, a whole lot of like the mixing pot of psychological conditions and psychotic conditions. I mean, to the point where, like, he threatened to cut me into pieces, put me in a bag under the bed, leave town, and he said nobody would smell me for weeks. And I was like, oh, that's it. No,
yep,
gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. I'll write a song about it, but gotta go.
All the red flags. My God. Yes, I'm so glad that you're able to get out of that and get out of that safely. Because so many people, not just women, but men as well, are unable to get out of their situations until it's too late and they get, so severely hurt that they can't come back from it. So the fact that you're able to get out of it and, and have your kids safe and all of your family safe is a huge, huge blessing. And it should really be a testament to who you are, to know that, like, okay, this is now. I need to leave right now. Is really, really important, and it shows your dedication. It shows that you know what you're worth, and you know when it was time to go. You know that you are valuable. Yeah,
when you really love someone else, and believe me, I really loved him. Like, I went in the military at 17. I met him right away, so I was maybe 18 when we got married. That's the kind of life you live in the military. You're guaranteed house, job, and everything gives you the mindset of a 30-year-old at 18. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I jumped over that fence and went into the marriage world a lot too fast. But when you love somebody like that, it's really hard to leave them, even when they're doing you harm. And he even, like, started cutting himself, which made me want to leave. I was like, I'm going to get you help. Got him help, like, 2-3 times. And I realized, like, he can't help himself. I can't help him. He needs to get real help. So I sent him back home to do that. And we ended up, getting divorced, obviously, after that point. He never got better, So anyway, that's a long story short about the fact that I'm an abuse survivor. I advocate other people to get out of that situation, but I do understand the difficulties of it, how hard it is. We look at people on the news like, well, if he beat her, then why didn't she leave him? Why didn't she report? Why didn't she press charges? Because she loved him, because she loved him genuinely in her heart so much that she actually felt like she took part of that blame, which she shouldn't have, but she did, because her heart is so big, because she loved him so much. You know what I mean? People don't understand that standpoint that haven't been in that situation. It's a conversation only. Yeah, go ahead.
Most definitely. Yeah, and Lynnaya sings in, I guess, here on Danaya Azure Radio. So after being in the military, you actually worked at the VA after that?
Yes, I worked at the VA, FDA, et cetera. So basically kept my military bearings into at first I had like a straight civilian career, and then I went into government, after that. And basically been, happy to be a public health servant because again, that's another way to help people. I really like helping people with my music. I really like helping people in my daily life. So it's a great combination. It's a perfect place for me to be for now, and then, eventually I'll probably just take over straight to the music, but we'll see what happens. Life will tell you. God will put you in the path that he needs to put you in. And right now he's putting me in a very successful path in music that I actually have these thoughts of maybe I'm going to leave my regular day job and just do music. He's putting me in the path of incredible people. Nick Fury Beats just mixed and mastered one of my songs. Drew on the keys. The DC Go-Go King just remixed one. Mike Boozy Badass's producer. And FTS Notes, all these people I genuinely have as friends, and they're amazing musical people. God put me in that path to meet them and to work with them at the same time, bots, all of them. So I'm just like very grateful.
That is beautiful. So how did you originally get connected when it came to Clubhouse? Because Clubhouse was something that everyone didn't know about right away. It took some time for people to kind of find out the vibe and find out what rooms to go in and not go crazy.
Right.
Go ahead.
I had actually a special invitation from one of those people I mentioned. They gave me a special invitation to Clubhouse. Yeah, so it is one of those pretty much exclusive things, at least at first, that was like really exclusive. And I admit, like, I didn't even take advantage of it initially. Like, I'm actually fairly new to learning the platform and like how you utilize the technology on there, but man, once I got on there, this is support, this is collab, this is love, this is positivity, this is me, this is where I need to be. And I just haven't stopped listening to this or that, since, or being in this or that room, and giving feedback. If I can help, I punch in and help.
Right. Exactly. And I think, and the biggest thing about Clubhouse, like, is that you found your way to the Viral Love Chain room, and that's, that's just a really special place because it is such a small amount of people that are coming together just to help elevate one another. And I think it really is what social media should be when it comes to just showing support and showing love and giving back for all. So I'm super excited that you were invited and that we got to connect for sure. Like, what are you looking to do with your music? Like, what is your dream collaboration?
I'm going all the way. I'm going all the way. I'm already working on my dream collaborations. I can talk. I'm already working on my dream collaborations right now. Look, I had to do a lot of articulation in the studio, so now my brain's going, we're turning to mush at this point. But yes, the collaborations are already coming. They're already on the way. I've already got, I don't want to be braggy, right? But I've got blue check collaborations, and that means a lot to me because that means these are people that already have the drive and know-how that I know I have. So my blue check's on the way too. That, like, perfect.
Yes.
And really, I never pressed for a blue check, but I think I'm going to attempt and apply. Yeah, and I'd never cared about blue check before. I was dating this guy recently. He's a chef. We actually got engaged, and it didn't work out. But basically, he kept on his phone, kept on social media, like plug away on it. And I'm like, what is so important about that versus life? And in his respect, he actually put it too far. He put them above. He thought blue check people were people above normal people. And I was like, no, honey, that's not how life works. That's not how you should be thinking. But at the same time, I did start to recognize, there's importance in people with blue checks because they share your spirit. They share your entrepreneurial spirit. They share your spirit of, collaboration and making sure that, everybody eats and making sure that everybody is at the above standard that they need to be and that they want to be at. And those people are there. So that's why, the only reason why to me a blue check matters at all. Because that person's going to match my drive and persona.
Right, but even beyond that, it's more the fact that, when it comes to the authentic blue checks, it's about the authenticity of the account. Because a lot of people try to duplicate accounts. That's why they had to start doing the verified accounts, because people would say that they were that person or that celebrity, and at the time there was no way to tell who was who. So they had to do the blue checks. Yes.
Right. So basically you can go to the little 3 dots on the top of whoever's profile. Everybody, please do this for yourself, especially music people. Don't get scammed, okay? The 3 dots, you push it, you go to About, and it should say something in the About. If it doesn't say something in the About, then don't give them any money. Don't believe in the collaboration. Always protect yourself and copyright your stuff ahead of time. And I mean like rough draft versions if you have to, all the way to the very final that goes to Library of Congress, BMI, ASCAP, whatever your music, publishing. Make sure you're protected. Make sure all of them know that you are protected. Your stuff is copywritten. And make sure that you don't get scammed by people that claim to be blue checks that aren't, or even claim to be, artists that aren't.
Right.
Somebody can hit you up really easy and be like, I'm Drake.
Yep.
This is my other account. This is my personal account. This is my private account. Do not fall for the okie doke. Do not, please. I'm putting you on game if you don't already know.
No, absolutely. For sure, because there are a lot of people that have gotten scammed by that specifically. Because they were like, yeah, my favorite artist said, all I need to do is pay them $10,000 and they would jump on a track. I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm not laughing in a bad way, but no.
Look, Drake isn't doing anything for $10,000. Let's be very clear. It's not happening. No. Add some more zeros to that, sweetheart. And they're not going to be, and a major artist is not going to hit you in the DMs.
Right.
No.
Thank you. They have management.
Yes.
They have other people that will hit you if they really wanted to hit you. And believe me, they would hit you if they'd be able to hit you. Like, there's no hiding from it. So you definitely wouldn't have somebody be like, oh, yeah, I'm Drake, but I just don't have this blue check right now. No. Or whoever.
Let me rephrase my statement. A major artist is not going to hit you in the DMs regarding business, because we know they do other things. But regarding business, they're not going to hit you. Look,
I didn't even go there.
Look. I'm going to be nice and not mention his name, but geez, dude, really?
Yeah.
More girls going to come out too, I promise you.
For sure. But that's that crazy lifestyle. That's why I live by a certain. Look, we weren't even going there, but I'm gonna share with you. Like, I live by a certain standard that when I am working with an artist, regardless of their status, my status, what have you, we're two people who are professionals working. Am I single right now? Yes, I am. Am I looking for anybody? Heck, no. I'm focused on my music. God will put me where I need to be, okay?
Period.
Let's be clear. And I always am at the beginning, especially if I get a lot of, ooh, babies, gorgeous, whatever, blah, 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 which, believe it or not, I get. So I'm
of course. Just because you're fabulous, queen. What do you mean? Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
No,
so what
I'm
would
just
you say?
Professional. Friendly. I do friendly, though, because, again, the people that I've been blessed to be and, put in front of by God that do have that kind of criteria, clout, etc. Nick Fury Beats, he did GI song. That's big. It's huge. You know what I mean? Drew on the Keys has his own go-go stuff he's going and just skyrocketing in, I'm just blessed to know. Mike Beasley has 50,000 something followers, so, and he's a cool dude. I just make it straight, I make it clear, and then, we can be friends, and work together, because that's actually going to strengthen the music.
Oh, for
that
sure.
actually
Most
strengthens
definitely.
the relationship. Yeah, to the point where you're like, okay, now you can even be like, I feel comfortable with this person enough to say something in this lyric that I normally wouldn't feel comfortable in the studio with somebody else that I wasn't friends with.
Mhm. Absolutely. So what would you say so far is one of your personal favorite songs that you've written?
One of my personal favorite songs that I've written. So if you notice, like most of my tracks, I'll go Lynnaya real quick, so that people know it's me. But I had to do this past week, the one I was talking to you about, I had to do a collab with other people that they weren't saying their tags, so I didn't say mine. I just made it kind of known. I mean, my voice is a signature sound, so it's pretty unique. You're going to be able to pick it out, between other people's voices. But that was really an excellent collab. We did 2 songs, and one night just knocked them out to the point where it doesn't even take that long, but it was like literal freestyle. Literally just heard the beat, just sat there and wrote. I have dummy lyrics I always have on hand, so I just added those, per the inspiration and the emotion in that beat. Again, I do everything by ear. So those songs are probably some of the best I've done. Another one that I work with a Hindi artist in India, that one's really good. That's coming out soon. It's the international love. Now, the USA one is out right now with Max, and it's really good. But the international love one that I did with the Hindi artist is a whole different level. Just the vibe together is so good, and that's going to be published soon, and that's called the Hindi Heat Remix. Okay. Wow. That one's amazing. Self-Destruct or Blow Again, I'm kind of revamping the title, is the one with Nick Fury Beats mixing and mastering, and Drew on the keys on the remix, and it's just fire. I just want a couple tweaks, and then I'm going to publish that as well. So there's just a lot that I put my heart and soul into, just to give you like a piece of that. In my lyrics, like I actually thought through some technical lyrics for it, because the concept was an android type being falling in love and not being able to handle falling in love. So it's like part of my lyrics go like this. They go like, I'm gonna go ahead and do it for you. I'm new to rapping. I'm new to rapping, but this is kind of a rap situation in this song. So there's this one part. Litness exploding in our circuitry. I got the goods and I'm spilling the tea. No counterfeit, because it's literally in me, turning malfunction to brilliancy. Ignoring the sparks, the alarms, the emergencies, showing it up like humanity, see, blowing it up, they dysfunctional me, tearing it up like implosions, evolve like erosions, and sometimes eternity breaks me up, caught in the oil and muck, blow it off, blow it up, self-destruct.
Nice.
So you see, like, the lyrics are a little deeper.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear this.
So, yeah. Right? Next level. Look, I put substance in my lyrics. It's very important to me. Unless it's a poppy, fun bubblegum song, which I do as well, then I put substance in my lyrics, and that one definitely has substance in that. It's almost an EDM meets go-go situation.
Yeah.
So, and I used a Legion beat for that, so I thank them as well.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, you have some really phenomenal collaborations coming up for sure.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
So when it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
I mean, in a nutshell, it's Grammy time. Like, that's the goal. That's always the goal. And then when I have a Grammy, it's going to be get more Grammys. It's going to be help other people get Grammys. I actually have an S-Corp called Songbird Studio Services, and I'm actually I just started that company, and I'm already scouting people. I'm already looking for talent. I'm already looking for people that can assist, not just artists, but management, cosmetologists, different, aesthetic professionals, etc., so that we can make our artists look the best before they go on a video shoot and have the most confidence. But I want artists that don't need auto-tune. I want artists that have raw talent.
Ooh. Can we say that again? She said, I want artists that don't need auto-tune. Child.
Yeah, so I'm scouting right now, actually.
Nice. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love how you said, you know, I don't want to just get Grammys. I want to help other people get Grammys. And so you understand the importance of giving back to other artists and building people up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, if you don't give back, you don't deserve. That's the way I feel about it. If you support me, I'm going to support you. 100%.
Precisely. Most definitely. So what's next for Lynnaya Sings?
Well, besides the Grammys, I mean, that's pretty big. But these upcoming collaborations, I basically just want as many fans as possible to be able to benefit from them. Obviously, you have to monetize off of these things. I'm working on it with somebody right now on a skit where we combine the two, the visual and the music. So we're going to create music just for the skits that we're doing.
Okay.
I won't divulge too much about it, but it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to utilize my platform since I have a lot of followers on it on Instagram. I'm going to utilize that platform to start putting out the teasers, and then there'll probably be some webisodes, that we're doing. So it's just going to start out, just kind of seeing what the demographic and the analytics say, because I'm a business person and that's important. You want to make sure you're reaching the right people, and you're adjusting your art to those right people. And you'll always win that way. If you cater to your fans, because that is literally what you're doing. You're in customer service when you're in music. You're in customer service when you're in entertainment. You have to care. Yes, you want to do your own artistic expression to an extent, but you have to care what your fans want, or they won't be your fans anymore.
That part there. That is so, so valuable. You just said a mouthful. So I think a lot of artists forget that part. Yes, you want to do what you want to do, but you want to cater to what the people who are going to pay you for your talent want you to do as well.
Exactly. YouTube is monetizing. IG is monetizing right now. I've been blessed. So IG is recognizing me to the point where they're paying me for reels. IG is recognizing me to the point where they're putting me on branding product lists where they, as an influencer, where, products like Oreo, products like, and I love some Oreos, okay?
Come on, yes.
Products like Samsung, like Nike, are on this list and able to contact you as an influencer and say, yes, I want to utilize you for my brand. That's huge. That was such a blessing to see that. I was like, and I'm one of those people, I love positive things, and I love to just project those positive things and share those things, but sometimes you can't share everything. So I had posted it, right, and then I put it right down. I was like, wait.
Right. Wait till all the paperwork is in and you have the check, and then you post. Period.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
I love it. Speaking of your phenomenal social media, go and tell everybody where they can find you out, please.
Oh, absolutely. Please hit my IG. My IG has sample demos of the songs on there for y'all. People just love it. I already see it. We talk about blue checks. I'm getting blue check support. That's awesome because I know these people are, like I said, are on that level. It's just amazing to see that kind of support. I have a collab with one of them coming up, maybe two of them. So we're talking about that, and it's really important to make sure that everybody shares. So please like, share, subscribe, all of that to the IG, and that is Lynnaya, LYNNAYA _Songbird, SONGBIRD. You will see me singing in the little profile picture. So that's me. And I appreciate it.
Definitely. I appreciate you for coming on. I look forward to hearing all this new music. I absolutely love your energy. Your voice is incredible, and your spirit is even better.
Oh, you're amazing, too. Thank you so much. I think our spirits just coincide, girl. I think we picked the right ones, both of us.
Yes. And whenever you decide to drop your full project, let me know, and we'll make sure we play the whole thing on the station.
Absolutely. Oh, you are a blessing. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much.
So are you.
All right.
Yes.
and y'all, I'm just going to give my little tip. So it was funny that you mispronounced a little bit, Lynnaya, when you first came on. How I tell people this is I say it's like you break it down to Lynn, A, yeah.
I love it. Yes.
Look, nobody forgets it after that. Nobody. No, everybody pronounces it.
I love it.
Just like that.
Yes.
It's cute, you know.
Period.
The A. Look, I'm a whole goofy person over here too. I'm a whole geek too. I like Marvel, DC, all of that. So Japanimation. So yeah, I'm a whole geek over here, self-proclaimed and loving it.
That's what's up. Yes, for sure.
Next Legacy.